Today I'm with the chairman of El Nino Ventures, Harry Barr. Harry, how are you today?
Very good, and yourself?
Harry, let's just get right to it. You've got copper and zinc, and you've just announced a major deal with MMG. Can you tell our audience a little bit more about your recent announcement?
Well, El Nino Ventures is focused on both the DRC in the Congo, which is one of the richest places for copper in the world, and back in Bathurst. And the deal we just did was on our Kasala project, and it was with MMG. They're about a $2 billion market cap company. They're owned by a very big Chinese group who own about 75 to 80% of the public company. And why we are happy to have done a deal with them, they have one of the largest production facilities in the heart of the copper belt, about 25 kilometers away from us. The deal amounts to about $24 million. There's $15 million in exploration, $3 million starting this year, and about $7 million to us, US dollars, in cash, and a royalty that we didn't have of 1.5%. And that's important because if this becomes a mine, they're going to haul the ore less than 25 kilometers to this magnificent, big, brand new $1.2 billion mine that's very hungry.
Well, we were delighted that El Nino became a member of InvestorIntel because you were tightly held shares at $30 million outstanding. What does this deal really mean to your bottom line?
Well, it really will recapitalize us in the sense that over time we will get the $7 million, we'll have $15 million go in exploration, and we can release all those results as if it was our drilling. And it is a very rich property, and this is one of the first times in my career. I've done 41 deals with majors and over 300 with the mid-tiers and the juniors. And this is a 5-year arbitration that we had to enter into because one fellow with 10% went bad on us, and we won that arbitration this year, and then we were able to do a deal with this big company. So it's really it's both a very exciting deal, but it's kind of a major relief to get the arbitration behind us and get back to do what we do. We're explorers and we try to find new mines, and now we have a big partner, and it really is paying for it. They've given us a nice royalty, 1.5% we didn't have, and we're quite excited about the DRC deal, but there's more, as you know.
And for our audience that's always concerned about, maybe a company putting all their eggs in one basket, of course, Harry, you've done over $250 million worth of deals in your lifetime already, and you have 2 other deals that you've also made for El Nino. Can you tell us about perhaps the one you did with Glencore? Because Glencore, anything having to do with Glencore right now on our site is impacting market valuation positively.
Mm-hmm. Well, Glencore are one of the 5th largest companies in the world, as you know, and we have a joint venture with them, a 50-50 joint venture, on probably the largest group of claims in the Bathurst Mining Camp. Now, it's a very famous mining camp, most for zinc, but there are 5 other metals or 6 other metals that they're famous for too, but it's a zinc camp, and they've just taken over Xstrata, and they shut down one of the largest mines in the world. So zinc is in the forefront, especially in the last 2 weeks. It's broken $1 right into the $1.07 range, and we waited about 3 or 4 years to do it. But our deal quite simply with Glencore is we collectively own a large group of claims, and we're trying to find a new mine in an old mining district using new technology and drilling deep for it.
Okay, so now let's talk about your second deal. I mean, I think you were talking to me about your 43-101 and the size of this deposit. So if you could give our audience a bit of an overview on this deposit and this deal.
The second deal in New Brunswick, making 3 in the company, is with a company called Votorantim. And basically, they are Brazil's 2nd largest mining company and a very big mining force throughout Latin America. They came to Canada about 3 years ago, and we've done this deal together. We picked up an old project called Murraybrook. It's discovered in the 50s, but really didn't have any of the new modern exploration done on it. So we did 3 phases of work on it. We proved it up into the 18 to 20 million ton range in a 43-101, and then we did a PEA last year on it. And it is zinc primarily first, then we have copper, we have silver, gold, and lead. And we have a smelter less than about 40 miles away in that district too. So we really have 3 deals with 3 big companies, and with zinc moving over that $1 in the last week or 2, there's only there's a handful of zinc companies in this country, and we're one of them.
Considering the size of the last 3 deals that you just recently announced, I'm going to go ahead and ask you, what should we expect for the next 6 months, Harry?
Well, we want to get drilling on our property over in the DRC. If you look at some of the investors, look at our website and some of the last drill holes that we've seen, it's a very exciting project. And it was tied up for a long time in a force majeure. We won that court case, and now it's free, and we're going to be drilling on that. We will also, our plans for Bathurst are twofold. Glencore and ourselves are looking for a third party and a joint venture, and we will basically be rolling that whole plan out. We have a tremendous amount of data. It's all put into a brand new package, and that will be rolled out over the next few weeks. And then with the Murray Brook project, we've done a PEA. We'll probably look at that PEA again because it was done about 1.5 years ago, and now the price of zinc has moved so much that it's going to make a big change. And we'll be rolling that out into a pre-feasibility feasibility study, and then we have a big amount of drilling to do around Murray Brook too.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today, Harry.
Thanks for having me again.